Good morning, and it is the end of the first leg of the trip. So the 3-day cruise is now complete, and we are back at Cape Canaveral. And so, of course, like anything, all 3 days just go so fast. Any cruise goes that fast. But today we're going to show you a little bit about what it's like to do a back-to-back, the procedure, and kind of take you through the ins and outs of what to expect if you decide to do a back-to-back, because a 3-day is just not long enough. So yeah, I'll show you everything there is to know about it, so you know what to expect. So come along and let's check it out for today. Okay, so yesterday we got a letter just kind of informing us what needs to happen for when you do the back-to-back. So what you do is you just have your bags ready and leave them in the room, and then just you put some kind of a tag on it just showing your new stateroom if it's transferring to a new stateroom. We are transferring to a new stateroom, so the luggage tags that they send us already for the cruise, we're just using those because it has our new stateroom on it. So you just leave it in the room like this and they'll transfer them for you. And anyway, it's pretty simple. Okay, so you look at the Wish, and it has a different layout than the other ships of the Disney cruise fleet. And one of the differences is the track. If you like to walk around that deck 4 and all the other ships, you can go around and around, and so many laps make a mile kind of thing, and you just keep walking and really walk off a lot of that Disney food. However, the Wish has a little bit different layout. It's not designed the same, and there's not an outside track that goes around the entire length of the ship, or an outside deck that goes the length of the ship. But what it does have portions of an outside deck. So I'm just going to take you on a quick little tour around how you were going to, if you did want to try and go around. You can't do it completely, but you can go partially around. There's a little trick to it. So the bow of the ship, there's some stairs that you can walk up and down. So as you go around, you'll hit some stairs. The bow actually, during the times when you're at sea, it's too windy on the bow, so they close the bow off. But when you're at port, and the ship's not moving, it's usually open, and so you can walk around the bow. But let's go ahead and get started, and let's go see kind of the way you would walk around it. So this right here it looks the same. The lifeboats are up above, and so let's just go ahead and get started. So obviously this right here is the end of the line. That's for crew members only, and so you can kind of use that as a good starting point. And it's towards the back of the ship. So we'll go ahead and start walking this way and see how far we can get. And we're actually back at port because we're doing the back-to-back, right? So everybody else at this time is actually disembarking. We, on the other hand, are going to meet at 9:30. We have this yellow card. We're going to meet at the Bayou Lounge, is where they want all the back-to-back people to meet. So we present our yellow card, and they will have us all get off. We all have to get off to clear the ship, and the U.S. Border Protection and Patrol, whatever, all that has to come clear the ship. Once that's cleared, then they'll allow us to get back on the ship. So that's the plan for that. So anyway, that is the Disney Cruise Terminal, where when you first arrive, that is such a fun place to come. Kind of see the gangway. Some people are disembarking right now, but that's a fun little deck right there if you want to view the ship while you're waiting to board. It's an awesome place to come check it out. And then this over here, that's where all the buses arrive or take you away.
Disney Wish guests, may I have your attention, please? Local Customs and Border Protection have now cleared the Disney Wish, and at this time, all guests are welcome to disembark the ship via the gangway located on Deck 3 midship. Please have your Key to the World card out and ready to be swiped off the ship. Once inside the terminal building, you will be required to provide a proof of citizenship for the inspection by Customs and Border Protection. Be advised that no fresh fruits, vegetables, plant materials, meat, or animal products may be brought off of the ship. If you have any of these items,
It looks
please
like it's
discard
gonna be
them in the
closed
amnesty
off.
bins as you disembark. This is the last opportunity for any lost and found items from this voyage. Please check with guest services before disembarking the ship. Once
All right,
again,
so
all guests are welcome
it
to
is closed
disembark
off
the ship at
as
this
they're
time
doing
via the
some
gangway
maintenance.
located on deck
But as you
3
keep
midship.
going down there,
We
that
thank
is
you
where
for
the bow of the
sailing
ship
with
is.
us on board
So
the beautiful
you can walk
Disney
up
Wish.
and then go down the
Hope you
other
have a
side.
safe and
It's just
pleasant
exactly
journey
the
home.
same amount. So it's like a half loop maybe with stairs. Anyway, that's where if you, once you disembark the ship, there is all of the buses that will take you either back to Walt Disney World, take you to the airport. That's where you meet up with that. That's also where, if you were going to get a rental car or whatever, I don't know if you see there's a bus over here that says Thrifty Hertz. So that would take you to the Thrifty and Hertz rental car. I know that there's a Budget here, there's an Avis, there's also Alamo. All those guys meet on the right side where all the Disney buses do not. Okay, so this is one of the stairways. You'll see these maps throughout the ships and throughout, well, all the Disney fleet, but this is very, very helpful. What's cool about how they've done this is it's kind of color coordinated. So if you see the green, you know you're at the forward. So this is the green carpet and the green staircase, showing that we're at the forward end of the ship. And then if you're ever confused, they have it kind of laid out where everything is, whether you're looking for your restaurant or whatever is going on the ship that you need to find. It's all listed right there. So that's really helpful as well. So right off of the stairs, you have the bank of elevators, and there's two banks of elevators, one in the blue section, one in the green section, located near the stairways. So right off the stairways, there are these hallway openings that lead to the staterooms. So you go that way to the staterooms or up and down on these stairways. So depending on what side of the ship you're on, whether you're on the starboard side or the port side, they're all kind of the same. But the staff, stateroom hosts are going crazy, cleaning, getting it ready for the next ship to set sail or the next bunch of people to jump aboard. These are really cool too. This is part of that game. That's part of your app. So when you see a frame that is a digital frame, and they have these little Mickey face symbols on the corners, that's the ones that are interactive for the game, and it'll just kind of have you go throughout the ship playing different versions of the game. There's like a Moana, Peter Pan, I can't remember what all of them are, but anyway, there's a couple different games. So the other thing that's really awesome about the ship too, the artwork is just unbelievable. It is truly amazing artwork, and it's located everywhere on the ship. So as you're walking throughout the ship, make sure you take some time to really look at the art, because the art is truly stunning throughout the entire ship, and it's different everywhere. So just like every Disney, everything, the theming is incredible everywhere. So you come up one level and you see, now we're looking at Little Mermaid stuff. So we just left the bayou and now we're looking at Little Mermaid. So every floor has a little bit different theming. So like I said, we just left the bayou and now we're coming up, and here is all the Little Mermaid fun art as well. So, and that's the same for both staircases. You just find all different stuff. So now we're leaving there, and it looks like we're coming up to the Moana. So this is the theming for this one. So then there's the artwork for Moana, and all of these staterooms are themed for that. So if you look at the chandeliers will also tell you what the theming is of the staterooms. That one is Little Mermaid. So that's what's up with that. And then let's go this way to the outside decks. This is deck 11. Okay, so when you first come off of the forward part of the ship, so the green section, this is what you end up coming straight into Mickey Smokestack Barbecue. And of course everything's closed right now because everybody's getting off the ship. And it's kind of fun because we don't have to. We have an extra 45 minutes to wander, kind of check things out before we have to get off, and then we'll be the first back on. But here's the top deck. So this is the forward, and as you come through the forward doors over there, you come into the Festival of Foods. So you see the smokestack. This here is Goofy's Grill. So if you go to the left, or if you get onto the starboard side, you've got Goofy's Grill. And this is where the soft serve, all you can eat ice cream. So that's Minnie's Ice Cream. And they've already got those machines cranking up. Look, they're making the chocolate and vanilla for today. I mean, those things are already ready to go. As soon as this thing happens where people are on board, those things are gonna be cranking, and they just go like crazy all day. So this here is the lookout. It's a little bar section. And then of course right here is all the free soda. It's free meaning included in the price of your cruise. So those are the Coke product selections. So you've got the Coke, Diet Coke, iced tea, water. You have some lemonade, the acai blueberry pomegranate, Sprite, and of course ginger ale. They put the ginger ale on there for motion sickness, because the ginger really helps with the motion sickness. So we continue. This circle area right here is also an open bar. So when they're here, they got drinks and things like that for kind of an open bar area. But this right here is the open deck. So you got funnel vision going on one side, and all these chairs are going to be moved for the sail wave party, or I guess they call it set sail here on the Wish. But these are all set up from last night they have movies every day, every night. So you can come out here and watch a Disney movie every night. This is where the pools are, and they have a series of pools. They're all closed right now, but they will open here shortly, just before people start getting on, because one of the first things you can do when you get on is either go straight to eat, or they have these open. And so you have kids that are just so eager and excited to jump in the pools, they can jump right in the pool. So this first one is Minnie's pool. So each one of them, they're not huge, but they have different theming to it. So this is Minnie's pool. And this is definitely for the littles, because it's only like a foot or two deep. So it's really shallow. And you come up here, and there is a series of pools as you go up each level. So this is Pluto's pool. This one is also very shallow. This is even more shallow than the other. The water is only 6 inches deep on this one. So let's head over onto the other side here, and Daisy's pool. This one is also only 6 inches. So it's more or less just a splash pool, just a place to get wet. But if we come up here to the upper section, this is Donald's pool. Donald's pool, on the other hand, is much deeper, and kids need to know how to swim here. And they have lifeguards standing here, and believe me, they will jump in after your kids, because if they don't know how to swim and they start getting into some trouble, they will jump in and get your kid out of there. So the water depth here is 4 foot 6 inches. So that's the deal with Donald's pool. And then we have one more pool over on this side, which is Goofy's pool. And that also is a deeper pool. And the water depth here is 4 feet 6 inches deep here as well. But as you kind of look around, they got tons of these lounge chairs around the upper decks. So on both sides of this main area, there's just lots of these lounge chairs. Now they do fill up very quickly. So if you want a good spot, people start coming very early in the morning to come and grab these. Okay, so there's an upper level here, so you can go right through these doors. That'll take you to the other set of stairways. And then of course there's bathrooms. You know, there's a sign there. You can see the restrooms are really close, conveniently located, as well as just a shower to rinse off. But let's go up here to the Aqua Mouse. And the Aqua Mouse, there's a couple tricks to this if you don't want to wait in line, because the line can get pretty long during sea days or especially in the afternoon. So if you first get on and want to ride it, that's a good time to do it, because then the line's usually pretty short. But as more and more people get on, it gets a little bit more busy and fills up. But here's what you do here. They have these little cubbies, so you have to put your like flip-flops, any cameras, things like that. They don't let you take the cameras on, but you just throw your stuff there. And they do have clean towels in these cupboards right here. So when you get off, there's a nice towel here waiting for you. Then this is the line. So you have to be 48 inches tall if you want to ride by yourself, or 42 inches, but I'm pretty sure that you have to have someone 14 years or older to help you. So if you're under 7. I do know that there's several of the theming to the rides, and they change it out every day. So you have to ride it every day in order to see what it is. But this is kind of the line. There's the rafts that you get in. So they load you right here on this little conveyor belt and then shoot you up in there where the ride begins. So that's a really fun ride. Then you get off over here and come down the stairs, and then you can go do it all again. So super fun, super cute, definitely worth the time to do it. All right, so here's the view from the upper deck. This section right here is adult only, 18 and older. So there's a gate that separates out the Aqua Mouse area where the younger kids can be. But this right here is for 18 and older. So this upper deck, this is an amazing place for the sail away party if you are all adults. Because you're up elevated and you can see the whole stage really well, plus the big funnel vision. So that's pretty awesome. This is not, I don't know if I'm a big fan of standing here for the fireworks. When they did the fireworks, there was so many people, 18 and older, standing in this section. We were about right here, and the fireworks are shot off right here, but they were right on the other side of the slide, or the Aqua Mouse, so you could not see the fireworks. So if you're gonna come up here and see the fireworks, or expect to see the fireworks, you got to get right to the railing or you're not going to see them. So, all right, so this is the adult area. So let's go take a look at this. So they have a bunch of these lounge. These ones here are a much nicer lounge chair. You can see they're a lot wider. Plus they have this amazing cushion on them. And yes, they are as comfortable as they look. Those things are awesome. They got these big round ones, which are kind of fun. But these here, yes, they fill up extremely fast, and I can tell you why. They are super comfortable. You just fall asleep in them. So as we come back here to the adult areas, this is the only hot tub for the adult area. So it's not very big. That's the one thing, I guess, if you have a complaint about the lack of hot tubs, this is the only one that is for the adult area. It's very small, probably only 10 people, maybe max. But as we keep walking back here, this whole section is much more quiet because there's no kids around, and yeah, it's just a lot more quiet and easygoing, and it's really, if you don't have kids or don't want to be around the kids, this is where you would come. It still gets busy, and as you know, adults sometimes are just as loud as kids, so they get a little bit wild as well, but it's definitely not the same experience on this section of the ship as it is, you know, over where all the other pools are. So let's take a look at this. You got some more of these lounge chairs. This is kind of fun. They have these rockers, so some rocking chairs, and there is a few more pools over here. In fact, I'm gonna go this way. This is a better way of seeing them. So these pools here, they're not really pools, they're cool. So yeah, you've got a shower there to rinse off. But what these are, this is just kind of for your feet. But these benches have cascading water down the back of it. So you're kind of in the water, but not really in the water. So it's an amazing place to cool off. Just put your feet in there, and then your back gets really nice and wet and cooled off.
Disney Wish guests, may I have your attention, please?
And then this is the infinity pool for the adult area. So this looks off the exact back of the ship, but that is the infinity pool, and that's probably about 3 feet deep. I'm not sure. I don't see a little thing there, but it's maybe 3.5 feet deep. But there is a bench in here also that you can sit on. Okay, so from the infinity pool here, just on the opposite side here, is your Cove bar. So that's the bar area, and definitely more seating here, with another one of these panorama pool, I guess is what they call it, but it's got the same thing, just kind of a place to get your feet wet and then sit next to a waterfall. Cascading backrest, I guess, is what those are. So over on this side, you come around, this is where we're gonna find Cove Cafe. So Cove Cafe is over on the port side, but in the back, the very back, up here in the adult area. So that's where you'll find all of your awesome espressos, that kind of thing. This here is some more rockers and some more lounge. And it ends right there, and you can't get through that door because on the other side of that door is the Aqua Mouse. So that's the adult area. And then there's a nice view of the Allure of the Seas again out there. We keep running into them. They have a very similar itinerary as the Wish. Okay, so from the funnel vision, we're gonna kind of come up and around over here. Looks like they're doing some maintenance here. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to get through over here. We can definitely try, but there is another slide over on this side. There's that yellow slide. Should we just go through? It's not blocked off, so we'll just go till they tell us we can't. So that's one thing. Hey, good morning. One thing about Disney crew, they are constantly working, constantly keeping things pretty. So you can't walk between the two sides here in front of the funnel vision. And then there is kind of a cast member area here, but let's take a look over on this side. We can come over next to this yellow slide. So that's kind of what this looks like. This is the kids splash zone. I can't remember exactly what they call it. The Slidosaurus Rex. We'll look at that here in a second. But this here is the Trixie Falls. So kind of a fun place for all the littles. And then this right here is a complete playground for the tinies. This is where you'd go for this slide here, 38 inches tall. And you just follow the dinosaur tracks and you go up inside the funnel. There's a couple stairs up there that then you can ride down the slide there. So that's kind of fun. And then this all here is a Toy Story themed kind of a splash area with some other slides and things in it. It's super cute. And there's water all over the place, fountains. Really fun for those littles. They just would probably never want to leave. So super awesome. So yeah, a couple slides. This one's hilarious because when they go, they slide out so fast out of that, they come sliding right into the glass here. It's quite funny. So let's take a look over here. You've got another little area for drinks. And then lots of seating as you go up the stairs here and look up into there. That's the concierge area. But this right here, anybody can walk up through these different areas of seating. So this is also, this door will open and it'll take you to the other set of stairs as well, I believe. So there's another elevator, section of elevators there, and then there's the other stairs for the back of the ship. So let's come over here, and there's one more level up, and I don't know if that's blocked off or not. We shall see. It does not look like it is, so we're gonna go up. So there's a whole other section that we can go and explore. That right there is the funnel concierge room that you can look right straight into behind those windows. That is your $35,000 concierge room for a 3-day cruise. So yeah, nice and cheap. This also is the smoking area of the ship. We can smell and see the ashtrays. So that's where the smoking section is. Another bathroom up here, and this is a section towards the front of the ship. Have a lot more lounge chairs. And this up here is kind of cool. This is a pool that some people don't realize it's here. It's a family pool, and this is Chip and Dale's pool. And so the water here it's 2 feet, so it's not super deep, but that is a fun pool right here at the bow of the ship. And they have all these lounge chairs set up also. But this is a little less crowded usually. So this is off the front of the ship. This down here is the concierge level. So that's the concierge lounge. Cool thing about concierge, they provide all the sunscreen. There's a little different level of service for down there. They also have their own hot tubs. So this right here, we're looking at the railing right there. That's a hot tub. And then there's another one over here on the other side for the concierge. So they have a concierge pool, kind of have their own facilities there that are only open to the concierge level, which if you ever have an opportunity to do that, highly recommend. It is amazing. So that's pretty much the upper decks. Right there you can see the horn, the Mickey horns. And just coming back around, obviously they have life jackets everywhere for the kids that are just there, so they'll have your kids put it on if they don't know how to swim. But that is pretty much all the upper decks. It's such a pretty ship, super fun to be up here. This up here feels just exactly like any other Disney ship. You just know you're on a Disney ship. Definitely know that you are doing a Disney cruise. So those are kind of a look into the concierge rooms a little bit. Some of those big ones. You get an idea how big they are. That's a nice room. Okay, we are sitting here at the Bayou Lounge. So when you do a back-to-back, you will get a letter the day before, just kind of explaining the process. So we showed how we just put the luggage, you just leave them in your stateroom with some kind of a tag that shows your new stateroom on it if you're moving staterooms. If you're not moving staterooms, then you just have to be out of your room by 8 o'clock. So then you can go get breakfast, whatever. But then you meet down here at the Bayou Lounge, and they give you this yellow card. So it just says, upon completion of your cruise check-in, this boarding pass will permit all guests in your stateroom to board your Disney cruise later today when embarkation begins. So we just proceed to the boarding area and then request that you provide this boarding pass as you begin to board so you can get back on pretty quick. So they're telling us that to anticipate being back on board like just after 11, around 11-ish. So we'll probably be off the ship for only about an hour-ish, hour and a half at the most is what they're telling us. So that's kind of the procedure to this point. Okay, so if you do a back-to-back, they are very controlled as you're taking you off the ship. You disembark with a group, and they put you right into the concierge lounge here. So we just kind of hang out in this concierge lounge until it's time to get back on. But this is the little area that we get to hang out and wait until they start the process to board us again. So this is what the concierge lounge looks like. Okay, so after we were in the concierge lounge for just a minute, we are having to go as a group. They have a Disney employee right at the very beginning of this little train of people, and they're going to take us through immigration and customs and then back on the ship. So we'll kind of see how this procedure plays out. So when you do get off, this is where all your luggage will be for all the different tags. So yellow is Chip and Dale, gray is Daisy, green is Tinkerbell. Okay, from the customs area, they just whipped us right back through here. We did not have to do the security. We kind of bypassed all of the security area.
Facial recognition.
Yeah, just a facial recognition. The camera took a picture of us, and then just right back up into the cruise terminal. So we have a Disney worker up here directing us, and I don't know if we go back through the check-in process or not. We are gonna find out together. It looks like we are. So we have to go back through the check-in. Okay, so what they did is they put us in the little concierge lounge for a little bit, and we did have to go back through customs where we just looked at a little camera. They took a picture of us, and it just said proceed. So we just walked in. We didn't have to show our passports or anything. And then they brought us back up into the main terminal where all these people who are waiting in line here talked to these two to check us back in. And then there's a waiting area over here that says back-to-back cruisers. So where all those people are sitting, that's kind of the area to just kind of hang out and wait for us to board again. So that's kind of been the process. So we did show our passports and whatever for us to check back in, and then they gave us our new well, it's a little blurry, but those are our boarding passes to get back on, as well as the yellow card. They haven't asked for the yellow card yet, but anyway, there you go. Okay, so we just did that in about an hour and a half. So it is now exactly 11 o'clock. It's like 3 after 11, and we are just now boarding the ship again. So, check it out. Right back on, baby. And we are boarding with a lot of the Concierge, and a lot of them just before. So, anyways, here we go. We'll have our announcement again. Maybe not. Thank you. Okay, hi. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, here we are. Fantastic. And they said our bags would be ready by 11:30, so it's only like 25 minutes from now. All right, well, we're back on. Woohoo! So thank you for joining us, and hopefully you learned something about how the back-to-back procedures are here on the Disney Wish and how the Disney Cruise Line does it. This was definitely worth doing. I recommend if you have the opportunity to do a back-to-back. It was actually pretty slick. We really didn't have to stay off the ship for very long, and then we were right back on, and it was definitely really smooth and easy. It was also kind of fun to kind of hang out and be one of the last ones off the ship and then turn around and be one of the first ones back on. So anyway, hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give us a like and make sure to subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos like this. We'll have the whole second half of the trip coming up, and we will see you on the next one. So thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you soon.